What's that? Are we on? Okay. I'd like to call the Ravenna City Council meeting for June 9th to order. Ms. Greger, could you read the announcement, please?
You are hereby notified that a special meeting of the Ravenna City Council has been called for Monday, June 9th, 2025 at 5:45 p.m. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss and/or act upon a new liquor permit for 106 East Main Street and Ordinance 2025-62, repealing Ordinance 2025-60, and signing a contract with Archer Energy LLC.
Could you please read or call the roll?
Mr. Kelfie?
Here.
Ms. West? Here. Mr. Moskin? Ms. Wood?
Here.
Mr. Maravich? Ms. Michael?
Here.
Mr. Harper?
Here.
Can we get motions to, or a motion to excuse Mr. Maravich? I'm not sure where Mr. Moskin is, but I assume he's got a good reason for being absent.
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so the first item we will address is the liquor license. So we left this from our regular meeting because there was some concern about whether a background check had been done for this applicant. I had sent out some information over the weekend. Just out of curiosity, I was concerned, how these things are handled and wanted to make sure council had a clear understanding what our role is. And this is a new permit. And just to distinguish between this and renewals and Trex, which is another type, the transfer from outside the city. The Trex is the only license that the city can actually stop and prohibit from going forward because the application requires that the city sign off to proceed and in the process declare the license or the establishment to be an economic development project. So in that instance, the city can put the brakes on a license. Now for this and other types of license, all we can do is ask for a hearing. And we've done that in one case previously, and that's what's on the table tonight. We have been informed that a new license for the former 1888 Tavern, I'm not sure what it's called, except that the application is from Friends Brews and Burgers LLC.
Rob, can I interrupt?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
The police department's already was able to obtain the information on this, and they have all the information needed, and it did check okay.
Okay, good.
So that information now is good. So just so you all know, as far as in the discussion part of it, the questions that we were concerned about have been answered, and also that there have been situations that, when reading your email, that have gotten slipped by. So I think going forward, we still should have the right to question things that come before council.
Oh, I absolutely agree, and I said that in my email, by the way. And we did. If you were on council
did.
when we prevented a
Absolutely.
renewal, and was for very good reason, and I'm glad that happened. So please don't misunderstand. But I do think, though, in a case where we have some uncertainty, remember that there are 2 background checks, and that the Department of Liquor Control conducts. So we really don't need to go out of our way to do that. Now, I hope they're doing it right. I mean, but we have to rely upon the state to do their due diligence. But if the council decides to hold a hearing, just keep in mind, it's not an insignificant process, and there have to be some really definable reasons that we know of, because we're going to ask Mr. Semino or another lawyer to present those to a hearing officer, and we want to have them before, and I don't think we should just, in my opinion, just vote to hold a hearing when we really don't know the circumstances. So just for future, and for tonight, because you're about to vote to decide whether or not you want to hold a hearing in this case. And it sounds like there's no reason to, right?
Nope.
So, any other discussion?
Yes. When we were discussing one of these liquor permits last time, and I think it was the Trex permit, the one coming over, we were talking that there was a set number of liquor permits that were allowed per the city. And this was going to be an additional one when the trucks came in. I think at that time, I asked the question about how many permits are allotted to Ravenna. And I recall asking, but I don't recall who said they were going to get it for us, and we don't have it.
I
And
believe you can go online and see that. And it depends on, because there's so many of each
yeah,
different type of
yeah,
license.
and I'm just saying, somewhere along the line, somebody said they were going to find that out. We didn't find that out, so we still don't know right now. It's knowable, but we don't have the information.
I don't remember what
Yeah,
it said, but
but-
I did look it up.
Related to that too, I guess the question is, when we're proving this one for Friends Brew, it's not a new one, so it's one of the existing ones or open ones for
No.
Ravenna?
If you look on the application, it is new. Now, I don't.
So
these
if it's
licenses-
new, how can it be new and that ups our number for the city?
Well, because the number is a fixed amount.
Yes.
But licenses come and go. So
So
the
y-
previous owner of that establishment, 1888, must have given up their license, that opened.
So
one
it's
up.
below our set number?
We have to assume.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. we
And I'm
have-
then curious also, how many are open? How many are open?
Well, we know that the Circle K at the west end of town closed, so there would be one.
It's a different type of
Yeah,
license.
different type of license, but, I think we rely upon the Department of Liquor Control to monitor those things. It would be kind of hard for us to do that.
Okay.
Right? Because some licenses come in, and we don't know anything about it, and council has no particular action or involvement in
Yeah.
them.
I
So
get-
it'd be hard for us to track them. That's kind of
I
their
guess
job.
to try to make a good decision about it, I do have a curiosity about whether it's increasing our number or not, and whether we should or not, so.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
I guess I'll try to find.
And I
out.
don't know, by the way, I don't know if that number moves by population or
Okay.
what factors make that number go up and down.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Cheryl, maybe you would know. Didn't we pass or get an ordinance in several years ago for the entertainment district that added so many liquor licenses? And that would be in the entertainment district, so it nulls and void what's on the books from before. There's added licenses that are available out there from, I don't remember where it was, but it was.
There are
They made
several-
it right about the time that this high school was torn down, because they thought about getting something in there that might need a liquor license.
Right.
But there was other licenses added, and they're available at this point.
If
So
you have food.
That really doesn't make any matter about whether this is an old license or it's a new. There's licenses available, and you can go online and look at them.
Yes, that is correct. There's several out there that are actually available and unused as far as number of licenses.
Thank you.
Those are specific D5J liquor license for the entertainment district, which is specific to serving food or
Right.
having a menu.
That's what this one is.
A D5J.
Yes. So that's different than another liquor license that
It's
you're
different
thinking
than-
of.
than
Yes.
a small convenience store. It's different than a bar that only serves alcohol. It's different than a grocery store. They all have different levels, and this is strictly for the entertainment district.
Right, and Dr. Calfee, I believe there was 15 of those created when we laid out the entertainment district. I don't believe there's even 4 utilized right now.
I think
No.
you're correct.
So again, as I used to hold my family had a license years and years ago. There's about 10 or 15 different types of licenses. There's C1, C2, there's C1, C2 Sunday sales. There's other ones that don't have Sunday sales, and there's all kinds of different ones for carryout. This one could have carryout. They'd have to have a carryout added to it, because you can't carry out a 6-pack out of that one legally and that. But there's plenty of them available, is what you're saying, Bob. Thanks.
All right. Any other,
Rob?
I'm sorry,
typically
yes.
The C1 or the C applications are based on 1,000, like you have 1 C per 1,000 population. So
Oh,
if you have
okay.
12,000 people population, you're gonna have 12 C.
12.
The Ds are about $2,000 per each.
Okay.
So it includes the town's population.
Thank you. So we can go around and count all the number of people in the city and then figure out how many licenses we need. Any other comments? Okay, all we need to do is vote on this. Do we have a motion to mark this notification as we do not request a hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so, Gregor, please communicate that to the Department of Liquor Control. The last item, other item on the agenda is ordinance number 2025-62.
An ordinance repealing ordinance number 2025-60 with the attached exhibit and passing a new ordinance with Archer Energy LLC for the time period August 2025 through March 2027 and declaring an emergency.
Okay, so those of you experiencing deja vu, we had passed this Monday, last week. And what happened was, we found out the contract won't start until August instead of July. And I would have thought that would have been okay, but we do need to now authorize a new license, or a new contract that starts in August. I think the ending date is the same as was approved prior, which is March 2027. So, any questions or concerns about this? I don't think anything in the contract has changed. You should have received it by now. I have a copy. Okay. Questions? Do we have a motion to waive the 3 separate readings?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Calfee?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Ms. Michael?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Do we have a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Mr. Calfee?
Yes.
Ms. Michael?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
And do we have a motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Ms. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Calfee?
Yes.
Ms. West?
Yes.
Mr. Moskin?
Yes.
Ms. Michael?
Yes.
Okay, that ordinance stands approved. We have nothing else on the special meeting tonight. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the special meeting is now adjourned. Go ahead and stop this, and we'll start the